Hello everyone, I'm NPC Nate, and today I want to talk about Lost Ark. Lost Ark is a Korean isometric MMO that has seen huge success in Korea, Russia, and Japan, and I wanted to talk about my personal likes and dislikes with this game. So, a little bit about me. I'm a Final Fantasy XIV veteran with over 10,000 hours in that game. Also play some other MMOs. I've got over 1,300 hours in ESO and maybe 1,000 hours combined between WoW and Star Wars: The Old Republic. And for me, the new player experience with this game really takes the cake. The combat is just phenomenal. I mean, it's fluid, it's fun, I don't get bored with it, and it feels very impactful. You know, you feel very powerful. I play a berserker, and I just feel like I am wrecking everybody. It's awesome. The scenery, the environments are incredible. Just the details, the amount of detail is just awesome. I love it. The music is really good, like really good music. Ambient sounds are something I never realized that I really loved until I played New World, and since then I've really been paying attention to stuff like that. And when I come into Lost Ark and I hear these really great ambient sounds, it's just phenomenal. I mean, I love it. And so all of those things are really great. The story's a little bit hard to follow with the translation, you know, because I'm playing on the Russian servers. I'm running this translation program, and it's not great. But it seems like it's good. I think it'll be really good in the Western version. It's just so hard to tell because the translation is awful. Questing, it doesn't tend to get too boring. There's a lot of really cool areas, some really fun quests. It's not just the typical, you know, fetch quest, go to this person, talk to them. I mean, you do have those. But there's also a lot of really interesting creative quests, and I love that. I also want to talk about pets and mounts in this game are both very cool. The pets are super useful. They auto loot for you, which is great because before I got a pet, you know, I'm having to run around and click each thing that I want to loot. And it wasn't a big deal, but it's just one of those things that's kind of annoying. And then they give me this pet and they say, oh, it'll auto loot for you. And that was just awesome. I was really happy about that. And then there's also, you know, there's something that you can pay, you know, monthly. There's a fee that you can pay monthly to where you can access the auction house and storage and all that stuff through the pet. So that's pretty cool. Mounts, I've only got 2 mounts so far, but they're both really nice. I got a horse and a wolf, and I love them both, and they're great. Oh, and the little area with the little tiny people, they gave me a ladybug, which was just really great. I love riding around on the ladybug. I can't ride it in the rest of the world. I can only ride it there. But I love going there just to ride the ladybug. So that's all really cool stuff. And ships, did I mention ships? I love any game where players can get ships. And in Lost Ark, you can get multiple types of ships. You can upgrade them. You know, you can collect crew. The crew members that you have on the ships affect the stats of the ship, which is really cool. And then there's different types of water out in the ocean also. You're sailing around, and you know, you might need to use a different type of ship depending on, you know, where you're going. There's muddy water, there's like siren seas, ghost areas, stormy seas, stuff like that, and those all affect your ships differently depending on the stats of the ship, and like that's all affected by your crew and everything like that. So it's just really cool. It's a little bit complicated, but you know, I'm figuring it out. I'm sure, like, if I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out. So really just a really cool thing. I love sailing around. There's islands you can go to and explore. It's really great. And I want to go back to dungeons finally. Because I know I already mentioned it, but just to reiterate kind of at the end of the video here, how epic some of these dungeons are as you're leveling. You know, I haven't done any end game like raids and stuff like that. But just the dungeons that I have done, some of them are just mind-blowingly awesome. I mean, they've got really cool mechanics. You're, you know, riding a mine cart or riding a hoverboard through like different kinds of hazards and things. As there's really great boss fights too, like some really cool bosses in these dungeons. And you get some really good cutscenes with that as well. So, you know, I never really got bored questing because, or like one of the main reasons just being because these dungeons were just so awesome. I get so pumped doing these things. So yeah, pretty much that's been my new player experience. It's been really great, and in comparison with like other MMOs, honestly, I mean, this is my new love. You know, this one takes the cake. It's incredible. So if you've played Lost Ark, let me know what you think in the comments. You know, there's a beta coming up November 4th, so if you have not tried it and you want to try it, that would be a really great chance. And if you have any questions, let me know. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm NPC Nate. I'm going to be putting out a lot more Lost Ark content soon, so I hope to see you around. Thanks.